Hello students. Now you have already solved two sample question papers. So two videos have already been published. Now this is the third sample question paper as well as the section wise, section A, section B, section C, section D. So four videos for section wise, all the important questions as per like Python video, networking, then MySQL and society law and ethics. So separate videos for all the board important questions will be there. You go through the portion. After solving these many question papers, I am sure that all will get 95 plus very easily. Just go through the portion nicely and then you just discuss what all problems you are having. So those who have subscribed, they will get all the notifications of the new videos. In that, all the questions as well as the answers will be discussed. If you have any doubt, please discuss. Then the teacher also comes to know that while teaching what all problems the students are facing with those content. Clear? So we will start with our today's third sample paper. Now in this third sample paper, this is section A. So in section A, we have already done that how the paper is designed. Paper will be computer science paper. Section A will be of 30 marks with Python. Section B will be 15 marks with networking. Section C will be database management, MySQL of 15 marks. And section D will be unit 4 will be of 10 marks, that is society, law and ethics. So this also we have seen, as well as we have already seen 1 mark question, 2 mark question, which all questions are asked. So we will start with the third sample paper. Now in this third sample paper, you are having similar type of questions. Questions are different, but type is little bit similar. So first question is, write the type of tokens from the following: name, true or computer. Now tokens are of 5 types. We have already done. What are the 5 types? Keyword, identifiers, literals, operators and punctuators. Clear? Now here name means a variable name we are giving, so it is identifier. True and false are keywords which the Python compiler is using. Or is a operator, and or not, all these are operators. These are logical operators. Clear? You can write here operators or logical in bracket. You could have written logical operators. Then computer is it is in single quote, so it is a literal, constant, string literal. Clear? So here the answer will be, for name you will write identifier, for true you will write keyword, in bracket you can write here bool because it is a boolean type, so you can write here BOOL. Then in operator you can write here logical operator, or operator is logical operator. Clear? And literal, it is a string literal, so in bracket you can write string. So this is over. Now the question number 2 we will do. Question number 2 is, which of the following are not valid identifier names? Be careful while reading the question. Either valid or not valid will be asked. So not valid means out of these which are not valid. You can see pass is a keyword and none is a, break is a keyword here. Clear? While W is capital, none, these are identifiers. Clear? So the answer will be pass and break, because this is a keyword, pass, and break is a keyword, reserved word. So you cannot take these words as identifier name. While if W is small letter, then it will be a keyword. W is capital, so you can make it identifier. The other two are identifiers. Next, which Python library module requires to be imported to invoke the function? Now we have already learned in NumPy you are having arange, array, linspace, from it, and many functions are there. Random, randrange. So for randrange, random, and randint, random you have to write. For ceil, float, sine, cos, pow, sqrt, math you will write. For mean, mode, median, statistics you will write. Clear? So these are the names of the Python library modules. Now next question is, rewrite the following code in Python after removing all the syntax error. So we will remove the syntax error and the correct answer you have to write. In the first one, semicolon is not allowed, so no semicolon at the end is required, so it is wrong. In the second one, W will be in small letter and less than equals to. Equals to less than is wrong. Clear? So it will be less than equals to. Then else is correct. In print, bracket will be there. So here bracket is missing. Clear? So how many errors are there? One first error is here semicolon, wrong. Second error is W will be small. Third error is it will be less than equals to. Fourth error colon, while is a block. So here colon of while is missing. And at the end the brackets are missing. Next question is write the output of the following Python code. Now here go through the program and see what they have asked you to do. Clear? I'm giving you 1 minute. You just go through the program, and normally what we do is we will come here in the main program, new message, it is returning the value, calling change function, passing 15 new men. So here in message 15 new men will come. Now new message is declared here, and n is length of the message. So n will be executed. How many n? Length means 1 2, if it is space 3 4 5 6 space 7 8 9 10. So n will be 10. So 0 to 10 times. So 0 to 9 means 10 times will be executed. If it is not alpha, then at the rate will be in that variable's place, at the rate will come. If it is uppercase, then the message is into 2 means 2 times. And if it is none of these two, then it will be normally the message only. Clear? So here you can see, yes. Now let us start. 15 new men. So initially it will take 1. Clear? Now 1 is not is alpha. It is not an alphabet, so it will take at the rate. So in place of 1, at the rate will come, first one. Second, it will take 5. 5 is also not alphabet, so it will take again 1 at the rate. So 2 at the rate for 1 and 5. Then one space is there, space is also not alpha, again 1 at the rate. So 3 at the rate. Now next n is there. So n is alphabet. Clear? So it will come to else statement. It is uppercase, yes. The n into 2 means 2 times n will be printed. Clear? Next is E. E means it is small letter. So it is alphabet as well as it is small letter. It will come to else statement. As it is E will be printed, W will be printed. Small letter is not affected. Only for capital letter 2 times it is given, and for digits and space at the rate is given. So you can see the answer here. First 2 digits, space 3 at the rate. Then for capital N, 2, N will be, for capital letters it will print 2 times because here it is into 2. So this is your answer. You can check this answer correct. Next is write the output of the following Python code. And here is the solution. Now in this what is happening, first we come to the main program. A comma B equals to run, M means this function is called without any argument. So it will take the default values, x will be 1 and y will be 2. 1 plus 2, x will be 3. Y equals to y plus 1, so it will be y also will be 3. Now print x is $3, y is 3. So first it will print $3, return xy. Now x is giving its value to A and y is giving its value to B. So 3 and 3. Now again print A hash B. So 3 hash 3. So second line will be 3 hash 3. Then again you are calling with 3 3. So x will be 3, y will be 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6, x will be 6 and y is 3. So 3 plus 1, y will become 4. So it will be $6.4. So over last will be $6.4. So this is your output question. Next, this we know that in these, that is 1E and 1F is output questions. 1G is from random. This is also output questions but from topic random. Now we will go through this. Now how it is being executed here. Outputs we have to, there can be more than one possible outputs out of this option which is given. So now we will go through, and here maximum and minimum value assigned to num also, that also you have to write. Clear? Now we will start. Cities is having 4 value, num is random from 1 to 2 and plus 1. So here it will be 1 plus 1, 2 and 2 plus 1, 3. So 2 and 3, num will have 2 and 3. Now city will take 1 by 1 and I in range from 1 to 2 and 3 means 0, 1, 2 and 3, that is till Chennai and till Bhopal. So print city and it will remain in that line. After that it will come out. So here you can see that 0, 1, so from 1 it is starting, so 0, so 1 character it will print, and from 1 it is starting, so 1 character, so Delhi, from always it will start print city, so city first character, yes, Agra. So here city is Agra in the first case, and here it is from 1 to num. Num is 2 and 3. So here from 1 to 2 and 1 to 3. That means once or twice it will print, and it will print the same name. So either it will print once Agra or it will print 2 times Agra. Then second Delhi will come, same thing will happen in the second row. 1 time Delhi will come, 2 times Delhi will come. Clear? It is clear now? Because city in cities means is to take Agra first, and here the loop is being executed. Random is giving 1 and 2, and num is taking by adding 1, that is 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 means here num will be either 2 or 3. If it is 2, then once it will print. If it is 3, then twice it will print for 1 and 2. Clear? So first it will take Agra, it will print either 1 Agra or 2 Agra. Then second it will go up, it will take Delhi, then again same thing, either 1 or twice. So this 2 and 3 will be correct answer, and maximum value of num will be 3 and minimum value will be 2. So here you check your answer. 2 and 3 is correct answer, and maximum value of num is 3 and minimum value of num is 2. So this is over. Now next question is, if S is, now here you are having tuple inside a list, then what will be the output of len of S? Now here len of S you count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 it will print here in len of S. See. Len of S will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in slicing, it is a reverse slicing. So reverse slicing means 6, 5, 3, 4, 2, 1. So output will be, first will be 5 and second will be 6, 5. Then the third element will be 3, 4. Same as it is, this tuple you have to print as it is. Then 2, 1. Next is, which of the following are not valid operations in Python? Now here 4 operations have been given in Python which is not valid. Whenever you are reading the question, read carefully. They have asked valid operation or not valid operation. Now slicing is list is a valid operation, we have already done. Concatenation of list and tuple cannot, it is not possible because it is different. Next, slicing a dictionary is not possible. Adding an element to an existing tuple is not possible because it is immutable. So only one is valid and rest 3 are not valid. So here not valid they have asked you. So you will write 2, 3, 4 are not valid. If they will ask you valid operation, then you will write only the first one, that is slicing is a valid operation. Next question is, consider Python statement x equals to eval input, enter the data. What will be the data type of x if the user input is this? Now eval is used to take a list or tuple. By default it is actually a tuple. When you don't, user input is this. User is entering in the form of list. If you don't put square brackets, then if you write only 1, 3, 4, then it will be a tuple. By default eval will take a tuple. But since user is entering in square brackets, so it is a list. So first one is list, and the second one, the data type will be float. Clear? Data type, only data type has been asked here, data type of X. Actually here this question, all right, only one value you are taking as tuple. Eval if you write, then it will be a tuple here. So this will be a tuple here with eval. We will check it once in computer. Data type you can check it also. Next is write the output of the following Python code. Here the output of the following Python code is the string. A string is Python. I is length minus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will be 5. While I is greater than equal to 0, then print string of I. So initially it is 5. So we will take from here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So n is your 5. So n it will print, and then hash it will print. It will reduce by 1, it will become 4. Then it will come up, fourth character is O. Indexing, forward indexing always 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here you can see I is starting from 5. 5 means the last character. String of I, st of I means last character. Then minus 1. So it will keep on printing in reverse with a hash sign. So n hash, O hash, H hash, T hash, Y hash, P hash. Clear? Now next question is write the output of the following Python code. Now here the Python code is given. You will come here, A and B will take 5 and 5. Change 3. So 3 is given to X. Global A. Alright, then B equals to 100. A equals to A plus 5. Now here A is global, so 5 it will take. 105. So A will be 105. And B will be B minus X. So here X has taken the value of 3 and B minus X. So here B global value is 5. So B minus X it will be minus 3, 100 minus 3. So this answer is wrong. 5 is, it is outside, sorry. Now this is outside, so yes, the answer will be here A is global, so A will be 105 and B will take the global value because this print command is outside the block, it is not inside the block. Clear? If it is inside the block, then it will take the local variable and then it will solve. Since it was outside the block, so it will take the global variable. So this global value is 5 and A is, here you have made it global. So 100, A will be equal to A plus B. A is 5 and B is 100. So it will become 105. So it will print 105 ampersand 5. Correct. This answer is correct. How can we access a global variable inside of a function if the function has a variable with the same name? Give an answer to support your example to support your answer. Clear? Now suppose you are having a variable outside with the name A and inside the block also the name is A only. But if you have written global A, then it will take the global value here. So this will also become global. Now 0 plus 10 is 10. When you come outside, it will print 10. Clear? So here the answer will be how can we access a global variable? By using the global keyword and by declaring the variable using the global keyword in it. And with an example means here this example is given to you where A is declared outside with any value. Here inside the block global A, and we will write any formula here. Suppose A equals to A plus 10, it will take the value, and now this is global, A is global. So when outside in any block you are printing A, it is printing this global value, that is 10 here. Next question is, a Python program intends to plot a bar chart to represent marks scored by 5 students in math in monthly test of November. The partial code is given below. This paper actually I am also seeing for the first time. So whatever problems I am facing, maybe you will also face those problems. Clear? So first time when we solve any paper, these type of problems, these type of confusions We all are. So I am, what I am doing, I am just going through the question again. If I am having any doubt, what I am doing, I am going through the question again. So first time when you will read the question, maybe some confusions you will have, you will start solving it. Then whenever you are having the doubt, what you have to do, you have to go through the question again you see what is written, valid is written, not valid is written, it is global, print variable is inside or outside the block, that means it is global or it is local. Then after that, when you are comparing it, then you will get, suppose you are having any confusion, you will get your answer. Now next question is, you have to write the program to plot this. So here you can see, first question will be intends to plot a to represent marks. The partial code is given here, so you have to complete it. So here import, you know the first line always is import matplotlib.pyplot as plt or pl, any alias name you can give here. Then import numpy as np, marks is being given, names is being given. This names will be in x-axis, it is a variable. Values will be in y-axis because you have to plot a graph. So obviously for graph you will require some values with variable names in y-axis, you cannot plot it. Now the length you have taken, how many bars will be there, you have taken in x, you have plot. So the answer will be pl dot bar. Now to plot the bar, what we do, we take how many bars are there here in x, and in y-axis you will require the marks, so comma marks. If you want here colors and all those things, that also you can mention here if it is given in the question, then comma color equals to whatever color is being used. Now here if they ask you about the title, or you write yourself pl.title, you give your own title, test result, in y label marks code, in x ticks x comma names, you want to show the names under the bar. Then here pl dot x label, you write here names, and at the end pl, here some lines are missing, pl dot, you have to show the graph, clear. So you can write here x label, all right, at the end you show the graph, clear. Now next is, next program they have given here. Actually here as per the question you have to write, here only these 4 things are asked, that's why they have written only the 4 things, clear. Half marks each or 1 marks each will be there. So here as per the question, here the 4 answers are written. Now the output of this question they have given here in, you simply for output what I do, plot, I will see, plot means line I have to draw. In y position, len of x will be 1 2 3 4 5, so 5 in dots will be there, and here height will be there, so 3 to 25. So what I will do, either 0 to 25, so I will just simply, I will take my ruler and pencil, and first I will draw x-axis and y-axis, you can make in this box form also. Then here they have given a1 to a5, total 5 y position, so here a1 to a5 I will put ticks. Then here from 0 to 25 I will put, or you can do one thing, 5 10 15 20 25, you will put the marks. Then as per this value, a1 is having 3, you will put a dot, a2 is having the value of 12, you will put simply here 12 dot, a3 is having the value of 5, so in 5 dot, like this you will put the dots, and then you will draw the lines. If x label is given, you will write here whatever label is given, if y label is given, you will write here whatever y label, and if title is given, then title, and if legend is given, here legend. Since these were not given, it is not required. So I think this is very easy, matplot, now easily you can do it. Now the next question is your text file. Now in text file what you have to do, write a function to count the number of lines, and if happy word happy anywhere in them, all right, how many lines are there, and if happy word is there, so you will split the characters, split the words, and you will check if happy is there in the line or not, clear. Or without splitting also, directly in the line you can use if happy in line, so this is also correct, clear. 2 methods are there to solve it. I think this will be the easiest one. So here For lines, what you have to do, you will use a count equals to 0, c equals to 0 to count how many lines are there. And all the lines you will save in this. So we will first write a function def count, no argument is required. F equals to open, the file name is given, readme.txt. Then lines equals to f.read lines, all the lines have been saved here. Next, c equals to count equals to 0 for line in lines. So one by one line it will take. So first line it has taken. If happy is present in line, it will simply count. So this is very easy. Clear? Alright, what was the second method? Second method was you have to use split method. So for words, what we used to write? Here, since they have asked you to read the lines, count the number of lines containing happy. That's why this method is given. So this is correct. We will not use split now. So this is correct. So at the end you will write here count has counted. So print total number of such lines is count and f dot close. So this is correct. Now next question is write a function biggest in Python to read a text file, and what here we will open the question. So question is alright, so question was that biggest in Python to read a text file, return the word that has maximum length. Alright, so words we will split and we will take each word at a time and we will check the length of those words. So first we will use here a variable big. We will read the content, complete content of the file, and then we will split it word wise. Then one by one word we will take, and what we have to do is after taking those words, if your len of that word is greater than len of big, this is a very good question, then big will take the value of w. Clear? So at the end it will be file.close. If it is a function, then we will return the big value. If it is using def, here you have used def count, so it is a function here. Clear? So it will return, yes, so it will return here this big value, and in the main program you can write a paragraph and it will print here whichever is big, that you can use print command to print it. Clear? So this question was to return the word that has the maximum length in that paragraph. Clear? In that paragraph, in that whatever content of that file readme.txt, it is returning the word that has maximum length. Clear? Now next question will be, after text file you are having stack and queue recursion question. These are fixed. Text file will be of 2 marks, recursion will be of 3 marks, stack and queue will be of 4 marks. So in recursion, only those 4 recursions are asked every time: binary search, Fibonacci, factorial, sum of n natural numbers. Little bit changes they can do it, sum of square of n natural numbers, little bit changes they can do. But normally what I have seen, binary search, Fibonacci, factorial, sum of n, so only these programs are asked. This we have already discussed in our last video. Go through the last video and you will understand it. So here in binary search, what we have done, in binary search we have taken a list, and then either you can use here a functions. In the question paper they have given here function, so we will write function. So first one is Fibonacci. Let's do the Fibonacci one. In Fibonacci the base case will be from 0 we are starting, 0 1. So here the first base case will be n1 will be, alright, like this also we can do it, or any one here. Normally in book what it is given, if n equals to 0 or n equals to 1. So in one place only it is given. Alright, now here this we have to write in else, return fib, that is name of that function. Recursion means to call the function itself. n minus 1 plus fib n minus 2, already we have discussed in detail in the last videos. You go through the recursion video or the last sample question paper, same questions are asked. So binary search will be asked. Same thing in binary search, a list will be passed in the form of array. Beginning will be passed, end will find, and item which you have to search, that will be passed. If your beginning is greater than end, then it will return, this is the base case. And here other cases are, you will take the mid value, and if the item is in the mid value, it will return that it has found the value. If it is less, it is sorted in ascending order. By default, we are thinking, we are assuming, or in the question it will be given that it is sorted in ascending order. Now in ascending order, if the item is less than the mid value, means you have to search in the upper section. So here for the upper section, your this will be, last will be, end will be mid minus 1. And if you have to search in the lower section, then your beg will be mid plus 1. So this is the same answer. See, same answer is given. Binary search is asked in all the papers, as well as this either FIBO or factorial that you go through. At least the 4 programs you go through, then 3 marks you will get easily. Next question is your stack and queue. This also we have done. Always the answer is also same. For appending we will use, for adding the item we will use append here. So for push, they have given here the list, the stack, books. So what we have to push, the elements, the items, these we will ask the user to enter, and then we will put in one list, and that list we will append in this books. So books is one list, and inside that this nested list is there. So one list inside another list, like many book details are there with book number and title. Clear? Now this is stack. Stack means last in first out. Last in first out means when you will try to delete, remove the item, that time what you have to do, you have to use pop command or del command. Normally we use pop empty parenthesis, means it will by default delete the last item. So here append is used to add the item and pop is used to remove the item. If the list is, the stack is empty, it will show stack is empty, else it will pop the item, and whichever item it has popped, it will show that item, and after popping what will be the value, that it will show. Next question is queue. Same answer, only the name of this function they will give you in the question paper, and the argument they will give you. What you have to take from the user, that variable names if it is given, or you ask as per the question. Like here the ticket number and the name they have asked, you put it in a list. Same append you have to use. This is the important thing. Append the list, you will append it. For deletion, same thing. If it is empty, it is empty, else it will simply pop. So this already in the last videos we have discussed all these things. You go through the last videos, you will understand it. So this is your section A, that is Python, and we have already seen in section A 30 marks question will be from Python. Clear? So this you prepare nicely. Now the next portion we will do after in section B, C, D, we are doing in separate. Videos are also there for other section. Hello students, now today we are going to solve the sample question paper of CBSE. Now it is very easy to score 100% marks in class 12th computer science if you know the pattern of the questions. Now here first thing is, in unit 1 30 marks question will be asked from Python, in unit 2 from networking 15 marks question will be asked, unit 3 database management MySQL 15 marks question, unit 4 society law and ethics 10 marks question will be asked. Now from the pattern of the exam, now this is how the question papers will be designed. So from the from revision portion, normally this question number 1 is framed. So here valid and invalid, either identifiers, operators. So like this question will be asked. You all know which are the arithmetic operators, which are the relational operators, logical operators, and assignment operators. So this is the pattern of your question paper. You can go through this pattern. I will discuss it at the end of your video. I will discuss this pattern, that which all questions will be asked of how many marks and in which question number. So this is fixed. So 4 marks question will be which all questions, 3 mark question will be which all questions, 2 mark questions and 1 mark questions. So like this you will prepare for your exams. First you will solve all the 4 marks question, or first you will practice all the 4 marks question. Now let us start with the sample question paper. Now here this is your sample question paper. We will start with it. So here you can see there is one, this is a new paper. Now first question is, write the valid identifier in the following. Now what are identifiers? Identifiers are the names of the variables or anything like the functions. These are identifiers. Now normally identifiers start with the underscore and or a character. It cannot start with a number. So valid means which is correct. So here you can see the first one and the fifth one is valid. It is starting with an alphabet or underscore. It may contain numeric values, but it cannot contain special characters like dash. It cannot start with a number. It cannot have a dot. Clear? तो ये पहला जो क्वेश्चन है, इसमें क्या क्वेश्चन है कि वैलिड आइडेंटिफायर्स हमको इसमें निकालने हैं. तो कौन कौन से वैलिड आइडेंटिफायर्स से करेक्ट है? फर्स्ट वाला करेक्ट है और लास्ट वाला करेक्ट है. क्यों? क्योंकि आइडेंटिफायर रूल्स में हमने पढ़ा है कि इट कैन स्टार्ट विथ एन अंडरस्कोर एंड इट स्टार्ट्स विथ एन अल्फाबेट. इट मे कंटेन, अंदर हम न्यूमेरिक वैल्यूज रख सकते हैं, लेकिन डॉट, स्पेशल कैरेक्टर, डॉट, इट कैन नॉट स्टार्ट, न्यूमेरिक वैल्यूज से वो स्टार्ट नहीं हो सकता है. तो ये वैलिड आइडेंटिफायर्स, वैलिड ऑपरेटर्स, ये वाले क्वेश्चंस जो है इसको अच्छे से हम कर लेंगे, क्योंकि ये क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 में हमेशा यही क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाएंगे. तो सारे वैलिड आइडेंटिफायर्स और वैलिड ऑपरेटर्स, जो भी ऑपरेटर्स है उसमें कौन सा वैलिड है. अगर इसी क्वेश्चन में सपोज ये लिखा रहता कि इनवैलिड कौन सा है, इनवैलिड ऑपरेटर्स, इनवैलिड आइडेंटिफायर्स कौन सा है, तो हम बाकी के तीनों जो इनवैलिड है, गलत है, उसको लिखते. Clear? So if in the question paper it is asked, you read the question carefully. If it is asked invalid identifiers, then second, third and fourth will be invalid, so that you have to mention. Next question is, write the type of tokens from the following. Now what are tokens? Tokens, here types they have asked, so 5 types of tokens you have to mention. Now we already have studied what are tokens and how many types. 5 types of tokens are keywords, identifiers, operators, literals and punctuators. Here you can see the first one is 12.6. So 12.6 is a literal, it is a constant. Then false, false is a keyword or boolean, so it keyword we will write. Then avg marks, avg marks is an identifier, and is a operator, so at the last one will be operator. Clear? Next question is, so these questions, be careful, this normally is asked in question paper, types of tokens. So how we will identify any constant? It can be in single quote, it can be in double quotes, it can be a integer constant, it can be a float constant. So these constants we are writing literals. Then keywords which computers are using, if, for, while, all the reserved words are keywords. Then identifiers, the names of the variables of function, all these are identifiers. Then operators, all the mathematical, first one we have already seen, all the arithmetic operators, logical operators, relational operators, so all the operators, so it is also a type of token operators. Next question is, name the Python library modules. So 3 modules will normally be asked: math module, random module and statistic module. These 3 modules are given in your syllabus. Now ceil, floor, sine, cos, pow, square, sqrt, all these are math modules. Answer you will write as math. Random, randint and randrange, these are your random. From random module we are importing it. So these are the functions of random. Now next question is, rewrite the following code. Now here you can see the wrong code and we will make the corrections and we will underline the corrections made. So here you can see the code here. In this code, what are the mistakes? Normally the variables identifiers are on the left side and the values, constant values or the expressions are on the right side. So here this first mistake will be number equals to 250. 250 equals to number is wrong. Second one, while will be in small letter. Third one, while number less than equals to 50, it is, yes, correct. So here 1000, if number is now equals to greater than is wrong. So this is wrong. You cannot write equals to greater than. Correct method is greater than equals to. Then print and input, it is a function, so the argument will be in parenthesis. So in print we are doing 3+ version of Python, so here it will be in parenthesis, and else will be having a colon, all the blocks like if block, so here colon will be there. In while, for, while, if, else, elif will have colon in front, so here colon will be there. Next, this print is again here, the parenthesis was missing in this question. So this is your question and this is your answer. You go through the answer. If you have any doubt, you just mention in the comment section. We will solve your doubts. Now next question was to write the output. Here in question number 1, normally 3 outputs will be asked here, E, F, G. So you go through this question. Now here for name in Jayes, Ramya, Taruna, Suraj, print names. So here what will happen for name in, so one by one name will take. First name will take Jayes, it will print Jayes. Then if name 0 means the first letter, if it is capital T, then it will break. So first one, it is not having capital T, Jayes, it will print. After then, if it is not capital T, it will print finish. So the output of this will be Jayesh, and then after Jayesh finished, then again it will come here Ramya, print Ramya. Ramya is also not starting with T, so it will print finished. So after Ramya finished, then again it will come here Taruna, it will print Taruna, but Taruna is starting with T, so it will break. After it breaks, it comes out and it will print got it. Clear? इस प्रोग्राम में फॉर नेम इन लिस्ट दिया हुआ है, तो नेम एक एक लिस्ट का वैल्यू लेगा, लेने के बाद इस ब्लॉक को एग्जीक्यूट करेगा. ये फॉर का ब्लॉक है. इसमें प्रिंट नेम लिखा हुआ है, तो पहले जायश प्रिंट करेगा. इफ नेम 0, नाम का 0 इंडेक्स मतलब पहला कैरेक्टर, अगर जायश का पहला कैरेक्टर जो है वो टी होता तो वो ब्रेक करके बाहर आ जाता, फॉर लूप को ब्रेक करके बाहर आ जाता. अगर टी नहीं है तो उसमें एल्स में आके प्रिंट फिनिश करेगा. तो इसमें पहला जायश है, तो जायश उसने प्रिंट किया, उसके बाद एल्स में आके फिनिश उसने प्रिंट किया. फिर ऊपर जाके रम्या लिया, नेम ने रम्या प्रिंट किया. रम्या भी टी से स्टार्ट नहीं हो रहा है, तो उसने प्रिंट फिनिश किया. फिर उसने तरुणा लिया, तरुणा प्रिंट किया. प्रिंट करने के बाद तरुणा का पहला कैरेक्टर टी है, यस, तो ये ब्रेक कर गया. ब्रेक फॉर लूप ब्रेक करके बाहर आके इसने गॉट इट प्रिंट किया. तो यहाँ पे आउटपुट में क्या आएगा? जायश फिनिश्ड, रम्या फिनिश्ड, तरुणा गॉट इट. सो दिस इज योर आउटपुट. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज फाइंड एंड yes, now the next question is the output of the Python code. Here a list is given to you 9, 18, 27, 36 for num in numbers, so it will take one by one. It will first take 9 for n in range 1 to num is 9. Here 9% 8 means remainder, 8 1 the 8, 9 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2. So 1 comma 2 means 1. For 1 it will print, because top value is always 1 more. So it will print 1 hash. Then it will come out of the loop. It will take the second number 18. So here 18, now 18% 8, 8 with the 8, 8 to the 16, 17, 18. So 2 plus 1 is 3 means 2. Till 2 it will execute. It will start from 1, so 1 hash it will print, and then 2 hash it will print. Then it will go up 27. So 27 means 27% 8. 8 when the 8 to the 16th here 24, 3. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Stop value is 4. So 1 less. So 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 times it will execute. So it will print 1 hash, then 2 hash, then 3 hash. Then it will come out. Next is 36. So 8 to the 36, 0 remainder. So 0 remainder means 1. So 1 to 1 it will not execute for the last one. For 36 it will not print anything. So here the output will be 1 hash, 1 hash, 2 hash. For the second 18, for 27 it will be 1 hash, 2 hash, 3 hash. Clear? Now next is your random question. Now you go through the question and we will check the output. So here is your question. Now in this question you can see, first import random, then 100 plus randint 5 comma 10. Clear? So it will start from 5 till 10. So now it is printing. All right. So from 5 in 100 it will add, minimum value will be 5. Clear? And maximum value will be 10. So here minimum value will be 5. So first one is wrong. The first one will get cancelled. Clear? Now the second one, so other three are correct till now, from 5 to 10. It can be 105 to 110. Now second one is again 5 to 10 any value. So second one will be again 105 to 100. So this is also wrong. Second one. Third and fourth are correct. Now third one is same thing, 5 to 10. So 105 to 110 correct. Fourth one is 100. So here 4 values it is printing. First one will print the first. So it can be any value between 100 and from 105 to 110. Same way second, third, fourth. So the answer will be third and fourth. Clear? Now the next question is, what are the process of giving comments in a Python program? So this is very important. Two methods are there to give comment in Python program. One is single line comment and one is multi-line comment. For single line comment we use hash and for multi-line comment we use triple quotes. Suppose एक लाइन में अगर comment है तो फिर हम hash करके लिखते हैं. अगर एक से ज़्यादा लाइन में कमेंट लिखना है तो स्टार्टिंग में ट्रिपल कोट्स और पूरा लिखने के बाद लास्ट में ट्रिपल कोट्स. तो दो तरीके से हम कमेंट्स दे सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन 2b, विच इज़ द करेक्ट फॉर्म ऑफ डिक्लेरेशन ऑफ टपल. टपल को हम कैसे डिक्लेयर करते हैं? टपल को हमेशा हम राउंड ब्रैकेट या पैरेंथेसिस में डिक्लेयर करते हैं. स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट लिस्ट के लिए होता है, कर्ली ब्रेस जो होता है वो डिक्शनरी के लिए होता है. क्लियर? तो यहाँ पे टपल जो है, this is also, so here some missed, अच्छा this is ending with a square bracket. All right, so second is your correct answer. It is in parenthesis, round bracket के अंदर जो होता है उसको टपल बोलते हैं. तो इसमें second correct है. Now next question is, identify the valid declaration of D1. So D1 का declaration कैसे है? D1 के डिक्लेरेशन में हमने क्या क्या यूज़ किया है इसको ठीक से एक बार देख लो. D1 के डिक्लेरेशन में हमने की और वैल्यू यूज़ किया है. तो ये सारे कीज़ है और वैल्यूज़ है. तो ये एक डिक्शनरी है, कर्ली ब्रेस में डाला है. लिस्ट अगर है तो फिर वो स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट में होता और उसमें खाली एलिमेंट्स होते. एरे में भी खाली एलिमेंट्स, एरे में सेम टाइप के होते हैं होमोजीनियस, लिस्ट में हेट्रोजीनियस होते हैं अलग अलग डेटा टाइप के. टपल में राउंड ब्रैकेट, डिक्शनरी में कर्ली ब्रेस होता है और की वैल्यू पेयर होता है. तो इसका आंसर डिक्शनरी होगा, फोर्थ वाला. नेक्स्ट, फाइंड एंड राइट द आउटपुट ऑफ द गिवन प्रोग्राम. ये पूरा सीबीएसई बोर्ड के पैटर्न में है. पैटर्न इज सेम. इसी पैटर्न में आपका बोर्ड एग्जाम का पेपर आने वाला है. फाइंड एंड राइट द आउटपुट ऑफ द फॉलोइंग पाइथन कोड. x का वैल्यू 45 है. वाइल x इज लेस देन 50 प्रिंट x. हमेशा x का वैल्यू 50 से कम रहेगा और ये हमेशा 45 45 45 45 प्रिंट करता जाएगा. तो इनफाइनाइट टाइम्स 45 प्रिंट करेगा. तो इसका आंसर होगा 45 विल बी प्रिंटेड इनफाइनाइट नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स. क्लियर? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ग्लोबल और लोकल से आने वाला है. तो ग्लोबल और लोकल का आउटपुट क्वेश्चन है. तो इसमें हम क्वेश्चन को देख लेंगे कैसा क्वेश्चन आता है. इसमें एक डेफ करके हमने यहाँ पे एक फंक्शन लिखा है जिसमें ग्लोबल टाइगर्स का वैल्यू हमने 15 लिया है. शुरू में बाहर हमने टाइगर्स का वैल्यू 95 डाला है तो प्रिंट टाइगर्स में 95 प्रिंट करेगा. लेकिन जैसे ही हमने स्टेट 1 फंक्शन को कॉल किया है यहाँ इसका वैल्यू 15 हो गया है और ये ग्लोबल हमने बना दिया तो इसका वैल्यू 15 प्रिंट होगा. क्लियर? तो इसका आंसर हो जाएगा पहले वाले में 95, फिर ब्लॉक के अंदर आने के बाद 15 और इसको हमने ग्लोबल कर दिया है तो 15. क्लियर? So here answer will be 95, then 15, 15. This is your answer. You can check it in computer. आउटपुट को चेक भी कर सकते हो, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन लोकल एंड ग्लोबल वेरिएबल. ये पिछले सैम्पल पेपर में भी हमने डिस्कस किया था. डिफरेंस बिटवीन लोकल एंड ग्लोबल वेरिएबल. लोकल जो होता है वो एक ब्लॉक के अंदर, एक फंक्शन के अंदर डिक्लेयर होता है और खाली फंक्शन के अंदर हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं ब्लॉक में. ग्लोबल जो होता है वो बाहर डिक्लेयर होता है एंड पब्लिकली डिक्लेयर होता है और उसको सारे फंक्शन सारे ब्लॉक में हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं. सो व्हाट इज़ द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ग्लोबल एंड लोकल वेरिएबल. लोकल वेरिएबल्स आर प्राइवेट वेरिएबल्स which are declared inside a block, inside a function, and it can be used only in that function in which it is declared, whereas global variables are declared outside the function or a block, and it can be used in all the blocks or in the whole program. Clear? So this is the difference between global and local. You can go through the difference here. It is given. A variable defined within a function has local scope, and a variable defined in the main program has global scope. Yeah. Now next is code you have to write for this bar chart. So here or question is you have to write the output. So two questions are asked. First is a bar chart is given to you and you have to write here the program, the Python code. Write codes to plot following bar chart showing black bars. Now here you can see in axis you are having cities Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. So first will be import. Always the first line is import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Next, second line will be x-axis all the data. So city is equals to in square bracket Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. You have written here. Then here the population is given. You check what is the population and then you write those four populations here. Then plt dot bar, in always x-axis will come first, then y-axis of cities comma population. Then color equals to black. plt dot x label, in x label cities is written here, so in quote cities. In plt dot y label, what is written? Population is written here. No title is given, so here no need to write plt dot title. If any title is given, that you will write here plt dot title. Then in parenthesis in quotes you will write the title plt dot show. So this is your answer for this bar. And in the next one you will have a program and you have to draw the bar. Write the output means you have to draw it. So here first what you will draw? You will simply draw a y-axis and a x-axis. So simply two lines you have to take in your examination center. You better take your rulers, scale, eraser, pencil, everything. So here x-axis, y-axis you have drawn. If title is given, then you will make a box and you will write the title at the top. Whatever is written in title, percentage of marks achieved by student of class 12, that as it is you will write here. X-axis you see in bar, x-axis index is written here. So the index values you will write here. Clear? This Anil index values is having this values of label. So Anil, Vika 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 6 bars will be there in this with the label this. And in y-axis you can see here in plt dot bar, PER is y-axis, so PER percentage. So here you can see in y-axis the percentage range is given from minimum value is 25 and maximum value is 95. So better from 0 to 100 you can make a chart 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Yes, now you will draw a bars and the color of the bar will be black, so you can shade it with pencil if you want. And then you have to write the title. In ticks you have to write these ticks. Clear? Font size is 10, rotation 20. Then here everywhere font size. So all right, no need to worry about it. So X label you will write here student name and Y label you will write here percentage. Clear? Now next question is your text file. This will be of 2 to 3 marks question. So text file, how you are writing the question. If it is of character, then only read you will write. If it is word, then also read you will write. Dot split, read dot split. If it is line, then read lines or read lines. So here you will see the first question is A text file contains alphanumeric text. Write a program that reads the text and print only numbers or digits from the file. So only it will check S digit and it will print those digits. So here you will open the file, f equals to open, the file name will be given to you in your question paper. Here it was given, and .txt. In read mode always it is open. For line in f, here actually read should be there, f dot read. For line in f dot read, then you have to split it. Here complete file, actually complete file they have taken, and from the complete file they are just reading the lines and then they are splitting and making in words. Instead of this, directly you could have written here words equals to f dot read dot split, so directly words would have come, and then directly you could have written this answer. That would have been much more easier instead of taking two for loops with one for loop only. So we could have written f equals to open this. This is also correct, this answer is also correct, but I think the easy method is, after this f you could have written here words equals to f dot read dot split. There is a function here, so let me write that value only. So here what we would have written here, we would have written here words, maybe in small letters, so words, then equals to f is our file, then dot read we are using to read the whole file. Clear? So words equals to read, and here only if you want you can split, suppose here you can split it afterwards, or normally we can split here only. Then this words we will use with this while loop. So this was not required here. Directly this can be your answer. Clear? So words you can take here f dot read dot split, and for I in words, one by one word it will take, and in that word, what is the question? Reads the, let me go through the question first, wait, that reads the text file and prints characters. It is characters, you don't require split in this. Characters means one by one. So this is a character based question. So here character you take it, and simply from the character, one by one character you can collect here, and then if you can do, it is not required, this is not required. So here, yes, now you see this question here, instead of letter I am using here I. You could have used character, alright. Now this is the best method, easiest method. File you are reading. Reading means whole file, whole paragraph you have stored in CH. Now one by one character you are taking. If the character is digit, then it is printing. So this is the best method. Clear? The other methods were also correct. You can run the program and you can see it. The other programs are also correct. Now the next is function to remove the lowercase. So let's go to the next question. Now here remove lowercase, you have to remove it. So here output you have taken in write mode, and then you are checking for line in file. If not, line 0 is this. If it is not small letters, then output dot write line you are writing in this output this, and then output dot close. So here two files you have taken, one is in file and one is out file. Now from in file you are reading, here you can see this in file is there and one out file is there. In file you can use in read mode, so already it is open in read mode in the main program. If you don't want to open there, if you want to open here, so you can open here also. Suppose the in file you open here in read mode. Here I am opening this in file in read mode. Yes, now let us come to this. Yes. Now here I am typing. So we will go to I equals to, now file, dot open. So here it will be open in this mode. So instead of this, we have to open the file. Here we have to open the file in read mode and we have to open the file in write mode. So from whichever file you are, so this will be open. We are opening in write mode, out file, and this we are opening in read mode. So we are opening our in file in read mode. So we will write here in file, comma, in read mode. Yes, now we are opening here the two files. One file is from where you have to read and the second file is from where you have to write. So we have opened one file in read mode, from where I will read, from in file I will read in read mode, and from out file I have to write, so it is in write mode. Clear? Now here I have used here, suppose in I have used here, in F, in file I have used here. So here also in F you have to use. For line in F, here you are just going reading from this file, or you could have used here dot read and then line 0. What is the question? Remove access to line to the seconds. So this is your question. Let's copy all the lines. So it is all the lines. So here we could have used read lines also. All right, this is also correct. So what you could have done here, you could have written here f equals to inf dot read lines, and after reading the lines you could have taken one by one. This would have been much better. So here now what we are doing, एक फाइल को, इन फाइल को हमने रीड मोड में ओपन किया है, आउट फाइल को हमने राइट मोड में ओपन किया है। इन फाइल जो है उसको रीड लाइंस करके पूरे लाइंस को हम एफ में ले आए। अब एक एक लाइन को हम उठा रहे हैं फॉर लूप लगा के, एक एक लाइन, वन बाय वन लाइन वी आर taking, line is taking, and then we are checking the first character if it is uppercase or not in lowercase. This is one method. There are many methods given in your book. You can write the other method also. So this is also correct. Now this is also correct. Yes. Now the next question is binary search. Now from recursion, you know that one question will be asked from recursion. So here you can go through this question. Recursive program of binary search and recursive program of sum. So one question will be asked from recursion out of the 4 question in your syllabus. So binary search, you know what is binary search. Array will be there, key will be there, low and high will be there given to you. Key is the value which you have to search in this array. We will assume that this array, all the elements are in sorted order. So arranged in ascending order. Now low will have the 0 and high will have. So these are the arguments, we don't have to worry about it. If low is greater than high, then it will stop, it will return and it will stop. Otherwise what it will do, it will take out the mid here, low plus high upon 2, and then if key is double equals to error of mid, then it has found the value. So this elif will be under this key. This indentation you have to be careful in Python while writing the answers. Here if key is less than mid, then high will be mid minus 1. Binary search में क्या होता है, हम mid value निकालते हैं, मिड इंडेक्स निकालते हैं और उसके वैल्यू को चेक करते हैं। अगर वो हमारे एलिमेंट जो हम सर्च कर रहे हैं उससे इक्वल्स टू है तो हमको मिल गया, हम रिटर्न करके उसको प्रिंट कर देंगे एंड वी विल स्टॉप आवर वर्क। अगर नहीं मिला तब हम लोग उसको चेक करते हैं कि वो मिड वैल्यू के ऊपर है कि नीचे है, उससे छोटा है कि बड़ा है। इफ़ इट इज़ लेस देन, अगर ऊपर है तो हमको ऊपर ढूंढना है, अगर बड़ा है ग्रेटर देन तो हमको नीचे ढूंढना है। तो ऊपर ढूंढने के लिए हम क्या करते हैं, हम हाई इक्वल्स टू मिड माइनस 1 इंडेक्स वैल्यू में हमको खाली ऊपर का हाफ ढूंढना है, और अगर नीचे का हाफ ढूंढना है तो लो इक्वल्स टू मिड प्लस 1। and we will keep on searching and finally we will get the answer. So this is for binary search. This will be asked in board exam, I am sure. Then in OR you can get factorial, Fibonacci or sum of n natural numbers. This you will get in OR. Clear? Now here you can see the next question is to compute and print the sum of square of n numbers. Recursive code you have to write. So it is very easy. So n numbers means from 1 to n. So base case is 1 here. So when it will be 1, it will return 1. Otherwise, else you can return here n star. You will call this function continuously. This is sum of square of n. That's why it is n into n. In your syllabus, it was given sum of n natural numbers. That is given in your syllabus. So sum of n natural numbers, you were writing n plus, you were calling the function, n minus 1 you were writing. But since in this question it is sum of square of n numbers, it is little bit different. इसमें स्क्वायर को हम ऐड करते जाएंगे, तो खाली n प्लस की जगह पे हम n इंटू n लिखेंगे. थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट है ये प्रोग्राम. क्लियर? Now next question is to delete an element from a sorted list. So list is in your syllabus. List revision tour is there. Stacks queues is there. So list 11 portion का जो भी list portion है उसको अच्छे से practice करना है सारे programs को. कोई भी element को जब हम delete करते हैं तो delete करने के लिए हमको क्या करना पड़ता है? Simply वो element को उठाना पड़ता है और element को उठा के बाकी को हमको शिफ्ट कर देना पड़ता है. ठीक है? तो here you will simply search the position of that element which is to be deleted. जिस एलिमेंट को डिलीट करना है उसका इंडेक्स पोजीशन हम सर्च करेंगे लीनियर सर्च लगा के, और उसके बाद हम उस एलिमेंट को उठा के डिलीट कर देंगे. इसमें डिलीट करने के 2-3 तरीके हैं. हम लिस्ट में कैसे डिलीट करते हैं? हम डेल करके डिलीट करते हैं. डेल लिस्ट का नाम और उसका पोजीशन जो हमने लीनियर सर्च करके निकाला है. और दूसरा मेथड क्या है? पॉप करके उसके ब्रैकेट पैरेंथेसिस में हम इंडेक्स पोजीशन को डाल देंगे. नेक्स्ट इज स्टैक एंड क्यू. ये 4 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन आएगा. तो स्टैक और क्यू का, स्टैक का पुश पॉप आएगा और क्यू का इंसर्ट डिलीट आएगा. ये बहुत इजी है, इसमें कुछ नहीं करना है. पुश का हेडर दिया रहेगा क्वेश्चन पेपर में जिसमें स्टैक और आइटम दिया रहेगा. स्टैक लिस्ट की तरह है, आइटम जिसको डालना है तो इसमें हम स्टैक डॉट अपेंड करके एलिमेंट को डाल देंगे. और जो पॉप करने का रहेगा उसमें स्टैक दिया रहेगा. एलिमेंट कुछ नहीं दिया रहता है क्योंकि स्टैक में हमेशा लास्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट लीफो होता है. तो जिसको पॉप करना है हम सिंपली उसमें स्टैक डॉट पॉप करके एम्प्टी पैरेंथेसिस डालेंगे तो वो लास्ट एलिमेंट विल बी removed from this list stack.
Hello students, now today we are going to solve the sample question paper, that is which questions will be asked in our board exams class 12th computer science. Now we all know we are going to appear for our board exams AISSC. Now 12th computer science code is 083. Now in which we have to study Python, MySQL, computer network, cybersecurity. So already you have studied all these things. Now let us solve the question paper. Let us see which all questions will be asked. Now normally in question paper the first question is, this is of sample paper and in this pattern only your board exam will be there. Which of the following is valid arithmetic operator in Python? Now arithmetic operators in Python means for arithmetic operations which all we use plus, minus, into, for into we use star, single slash for quotient, double slash for floor division, then 2 stars for exponent and percent for modulus. So these are the arithmetic operators. Now you can see here the option was given. Only the first one is the arithmetic operator, which is the floor division, and the others are not. They are operator. This is your relational operator. This is your logical operator. So in the question, read the question carefully. Arithmetic operation. You all know which are the arithmetic mathematical operations. So arithmetic operator deals with the mathematical operations. So here these are your arithmetic operators. If they ask you valid relational operators, then from the option you have to select the valid relational operator. If they will ask you logical operators, then you have to select the valid logical operators. If they will ask you invalid arithmetic operators, invalid means which is not valid. So these are not valid. So invalid means which are not, that you have to write. So be careful while reading the questions. So these options are given, you have to write here this option. So these are your operators. Now second question of your sample question paper is write the types of tokens from the following. Now if is a keyword, you all know you have used if, for, while, else, elif, def, print, input, all these are keywords. Keywords can be used only by the compiler. We cannot use as our variable name. So these are all our keywords. Now 5 types of tokens they have asked here. So these types of tokens, 5 types of tokens are there: keywords, identifiers, operators, literals and punctuators. Now already in the previous question operators you have seen, clear? Now keywords are the special reserved words which are used by the central processing unit, by the processing unit. So these special words in Python are if, for, while, true, false, elif, else, def, input, print, etc. Identifiers are the names which we give to identify, like variable names, function names, names of list, names of tuple, names of dictionary, all these which we give to identify, those are identifiers. Now we have already studied that identifiers start with an alphabet or an underscore, and inside the identifier it can contain numbers and special spaces can be used. So here in identifiers, inside this you cannot use dot, you cannot use space, you cannot use special characters. Numbers can be used. So these are identifiers. Operators, for the operations we have studied. So there are different types of operators. Let us see all the operations here. Like in your book already they have given here all the operations. So you can see here all the operations. Exponentiation, these all are the operators to the power. Multiply, divide, modulus, floor division, addition, subtraction. Relational operators, less than, greater than, equality operator, then assignment operators to assign the values, identity operators to check whether both are equal or not, is an identity operator, is not, is when both are not equal. Membership operators, in and not in. Logical operators, and, or and not, these are the logical operators. So this we have already studied. Now here if is a keyword and roll number is an identifier. So this you have to write as the answer. Now the next question is name the Python library modules which need to be imported to invoke the following functions. In question sign and randint is given. So in your syllabus you are having 3 modules: math, random and statistics. In math, ceil, floor, all these things will be asked. In random, randint, random and rand range. In statistics, mean, median, mode. So normally one math and one random is asked. So be careful. Math function which you know, you have to write the answer as math module, and random function, these 3, random, randint, rand range, you have to write here random module. So I think it is very easy. Now next question is your rewrite error finding. Now let us open this. For error finding, let us open our programs. Now here for this program, yes, now in this program you have seen, yes, now this is your question paper. Section A is Unit 1 will contain Python. Section B is Networking, Unit 2. Section C is MySQL, DBMS, Database Management. Section D is Online Security, all the cyber security. That is your Section D. Now these are the questions. First question we have already done. Valid operator, answer is /. Type of tokens, this also we have done. Keyword and identifier. Then Python library modules, math module, and for sign we will write math module. For random we will write random module. Now we are coming to the error portion. Now you can see here, question is rewrite the following code in Python after removing the syntax error. Underline each correction done in the code. So the link of this question paper is given in the description section, as well as your book is also given. So you can go through the link. It is also given in CBSE site. Solve each and every question. Pattern will be same. So here error. Now variables which take the value is always on the left hand side, and the values or the expression are always on the right hand side. So first error is 2 will be 2 is a variable here, so it will be on the left hand side. It is taking the value 30. So the value which is assigned is given on the right hand side. Next, in for you are having, now go through the question here, colon, always in for, if, elif, else, while, def, colon is used. This because we are making a block. This is a block. So here colon you have to write to end this statement. A colon is missing here. Next, if these are keywords, and all these keywords are in small letters, lowercase. So here if is in lowercase. Now next is else, E is capital. So here also the same mistake, E will be in lowercase. So you have to correct it and you have to underline. Normally half marks for each correction, 4 errors are there. So you just check out 4 corrections you have made properly and you have underlined it. That you have to be careful. Now for the output, now here you can see one def function is given and we have to check the output. So for the output I have opened here the question paper as well as, now this is our question. Now here you can see in this question, funschool2@com. This is your input and this is your function. So you are calling the function fun. When you come here, then k is taking the length of the string. So this complete length it will take, and for loop will be executed from 0 to the length. So one by one it will take each character and it will execute here. Now s is the string, s of I, this is the index position, as I is taking the index position of the string. Now here you can check, if it is uppercase, it is converting into lowercase. Elif means if it is not uppercase, means it is lowercase. For lowercase, if it is alpha, then it is converting into uppercase. So wherever small letter is there, lowercase is there, it will convert into uppercase. Else, neither it is uppercase nor it is alphabet. That means for numeric and special character, you are adding BB for each one. So here the output will be school in capital letter. Instead of 2 BB will come here. Instead of @ 2 BB will come, and instead of com again capital letter. So you can see the output here. The output is given here. So school is capital, com is capital, and instead of 2 and @ for 2 BB and for @ 2 BB. So this is your answer. Now next question is, we have to find and write the output of the following Python code. Now here a function is given and you are calling the function. Now question you can see from here. So this is your question, this is your function. Clear? Now in this, what is there? R is 150, S is 100, and you are calling the function here change by giving the value R and S, 150 and 100. So Q equals to 30 means if no value is passed, it will take the default value. But we are passing the value, so it will not take the default value. So here value of P will be equal to R, that is 150, and value of Q will be equal to S, that is 100. So P will be 150 plus 100, that is 250. Q will be P minus Q, means P is 250 minus 100, that is 250 minus 100, it is 150. Now when you are printing, P's value is 250 hash, Q's value is 150. So the first output you can see here, this is the first output, 250 hash 150. Now when you came back here, you return to the main program, print R hash S. Now R has taken the value from the function. Now in function you have used return P. P was 250. So R is also 250 now. Clear? So the value of R has changed now. Now it is 250. So while printing, it will print 250 and S value is remaining the same, 100. So it is printing 100. Now again it is calling the function change. So when you will go there in this change, you are only passing S. So value of S is 100. So here P will take the value of S 100, but Q is having a default value 30. So Q will take 30. Now 100 plus 30 is 130 and 130 minus 30 is 100. So when you are asked to print, it will print 130 hash 100. I think it is clear now. Clear? So we are calling it once. You are going with the value of R and S. You are changing the values. You are printing. You are returning the value of P. P is assigned to R. R is taking the value of P. Then you are printing R and S. And here again it is calling with only one value. So when one value is passed, then the second one Q will take the default value 30 and it will execute with the value 30. Next question. What is the possible outputs of this? Now here one random question is asked. This pattern will remain the same throughout. So here for 1G, random question is asked. Clear? Now what possible outputs are expected to be displayed? So here you have to calculate and from option you have to check which outputs are correct. More than one output can be correct. And then you have to print some values. So specify the maximum value of from and to. This is also asked. So here from maximum value and to's maximum value also I have to calculate. So you can check out here from random randint 1, 3. So in randint what happens? The lower value is 1 and the upper value here is, you can see here the upper value is 3 and here the upper value is 3. So the maximum value of from is 3 and maximum value of 2 is 4. Now 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here from 1 it is starting, that is 0, 1. You can see from means 1 to 3. From for range for is starting from. So 0, 1. 0, 1 means 30. So value will start from 30 and 2 last value will be 4 plus 1, that is still last it will go. So here you check your options in which it is starting from 30 and it is moving till the 4th position. Clear? Now here only one value is starting from 30. So here the second option is correct and the maximum value of from is 3 and maximum value of 2 is 4. So two questions was asked. One is which option is correct and one is maximum value of from and to. So this was question number 1. This is completely the revision portion, that is from 11th class. Even question number 2 is also from 11th class revision portion. So you go through this question number 2. This is the question paper and this is the marking scheme. So in question number 2, what is asked? First is the theory question. The theory question is, what do you understand by the term iteration? This you have already done. Iteration means repetition. Iterate means to repeat. So repetition of statements finite number of times is called iteration. A single statement or many statements, if you are repeating a finite number of times, that is called iteration. Example, using for, using while, we are creating the iterative statements, the blocks. Yeah, you can write the example also. 1 mark for correct answer. Only for the explanation of iteration you will get 1 mark. Next question is, which is the correct form of declaration of dictionary? Dictionary, you all know, curly braces are used and key value pair is written by a colon sign. So you have to check colon should be there between keys and values and one curly brace is there. So here you can see the first option is having a curly brace and colon is between the keys and values. It can contain anything, numeric values, string values. Even the values can be a list, a tuple, anything it can be, but it should be, the keys and values should be separated by a colon and the curly brace should be present. So this first one is the dictionary. Clear? Next question is, identify the valid declaration of L. Now here you can see L is having some values in square bracket. Square bracket means list, and values are heterogeneous, that is string is also there, numeric value is also there, so it is a list. If homogeneous values are there, only numeric values, it can be an array also. Dictionary contains curly brace, key value you can see from here, tuple has a round bracket, parenthesis, a round bracket will be there. So it is a square bracket and it is having a heterogeneous value, so answer will be list. You can see answer is list here. Now next is write the output of the, find and write the output of the following code. Now here x is a string and we have used a while loop. I is a, while I in x. If a is present in x means a, b, c, d, e, f. Yes, it is present. So it will print I, a. Now in this question, what is happening? While loop, there is no exit case because always a is present in the string and it will keep on printing I, and equals to double quote means it will remain in the same horizontal line. So here it will print till infinite. So answer will be like this or infinite loop. So infinite loop also you have to write because infinite number of times it is printing a. Now the next question is example of global and local. Now here you all know that global can be used by all programs and local can be used only by that program in which it is declared. Now a is declared outside, globally it is declared 10. So value of a is 10. But inside this global a we have declared as 15 here. So now value of a is changing to 15. This is our global value now. B is 20, print it. Of course, it will print 15 here. So answer will be 15 here. Even when you are writing outside also, then also it will print this value because you have used here global A. Now you can see the definition of local and global. So these questions will be asked in your board exam. Now what do you understand by local and global scope? Scope means where it can be used. So local means wherever it is declared, only in that block it can be used, and global means where if it is declared outside, it is global. Outside any block if it is declared, then it is global in nature and it can be used anywhere in our program. So go through the answer here. Here the answer is a global variable is a variable that is accessible globally. A local variable is one that is only accessible to the current scope, such as temporary variables used in a single function definition. So wherever it is declared, only there it is used. A variable declared outside of the function or in global scope is known as global variable. Outside the function or in global scope using global keyword. This means global variable can be accessed inside and outside of the function, whereas local variable can be used only inside of the function. We can access by declaring variable as global A. So we have to use global A and then we can access it. Now next is your matplotlib or pyplot question. Marks distribution is also given in this paper. So here option is there. First question is a bar chart is drawn using pie plot to represent sales data of various models of cars for a month. I will all the videos separately for each topic is being created. The link I will give in the description box. If you want to go in depth of each and every topic, then you see those videos, or you by listening also you can understand. Now here you can see that one question is given here in which you have to write the program, and the second question is given in which you have to write the output of the program. So here, if both the options are given, then it is very easy, because the first one easily you can copy from the option, that is from the second one. Same, import matplotlib.pyplot is your first line, import numpy as np. Then here, since sales of various cars, so car name you will write here, all the car name. Here they have given the objects as all the languages. Then length of this object will be np.arrange. So this is your question paper in which you can find a part of the answer. So this is our answer. I will show you the answer and how to match it. This is your answer. So first line always we are writing, whenever pyplot question is asked, what we are writing, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Second line is import numpy as np. Now the model here, all the car model you have written here. Then y position np.arrange. Here the length of this model, how many are there, that many bars you have to show. Sale value, any sales value, it is not given in the question, so you can write any sales value of that many. Suppose 7 cars are there, there's 7 sales you have to write. Now how to create a bar, plt.bar, this is your syntax. Then in y position, this is in x-axis, what all things, points you have to write, and the values bar, that I will show you the bar actually here. See, this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis, this is your title, this is your y label. Here if you write anything as x label, that you have to mention here as x label. Since in the question no x label was given, that's why they have skipped it. These are your ticks. Ticks means wherever this dot tick is there, what you have to show there. And this was a bar graph. Same here also, one bar graph has been asked. If line graph is asked, then dot plot is written. Rest all is similar. So you can see this is your output. Only what you have to do here, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 10 you have marked it, and then first one is 10. So in 10 one bar you have to make. Second one is 8, then 6, then 4, then 2, and the last one is 1. Names they have given here, Python, C++, this you have to write here. In X label usage is given. Title is programming language usage. Clear? Now same way, the same answer I am copying for this. Only the difference will be, here the car showroom was there. So here instead of this objects or language, we will write objects you can write. But here the name of the cars you have to write. And sales little bit higher you can, or this is sales. Alright, this also you can write. So same answer, only in X label what you have to write here. Since in X label you are showing the sales. Y label you are showing the sales. X label you are showing the month wise. Which month sale you are showing, that is here you can see. Month June is X label, sale done is Y label. So X label, X में क्या देखना है, it is month June. Y में क्या देखना है, it is sale done. Title, the title of this will be sales bar graph. At the end plt.show. तो किसी भी बार ग्राफ के लिए फर्स्ट लाइन क्या होता है, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Then if you are using here np.arrange, normally we are using, so import numpy as np. फिर एक्स एक्सिस में कौन से कार, कौन से सेल्स क्या दिखाना है, यहाँ पे कार मॉडल्स के नाम. फिर एक्स एक्सिस के टिक्स में हमको np डॉट ए रेंज करके इसका लेंथ ले लेंगे, जो मॉडल्स के नाम है उसका लेंथ ले लेंगे, ये वाई पोजीशन हो जाएगा, इसका एक्स पोजीशन भी लिख सकते थे। सेल्स ये वाई एक्सिस में दिखाने के लिए उतने ही मॉडल के सेल्स। plt डॉट बार में हमेशा एक्स एक्सिस में क्या दिखाना है पहले लिखते हैं, फिर वाई एक्सिस में क्या दिखाना है सेकेंड। अलाइनमेंट सेंटर है उसके और बीच में अल्फा जो है वो 0.5। नेक्स्ट टिक्स में हमको एक्सपोजिशन और मॉडल्स के नाम दिखाने हैं, तो हमने कॉमा मॉडल लिखा है। एक्स लेबल नीचे क्या लिख के आना है, मंथ जून, ये इट इज गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन। वाई लेबल वाई एक्सिस के इधर क्या लिख के आना है, सेल्स टन, और टाइटल ऊपर क्या लिख के आना है, सेल्स बार। लास्ट में हमेशा plt डॉट शो लिखते हैं। तो ये यहाँ पे भी दिया हुआ है, अगर कहीं पे कंफ्यूजन है तो यहाँ से अपने आंसर को थोड़ा चेक कर सकते हैं। सो दिस इज योर मार्किंग स्कीम। नाउ नेक्स्ट इज फॉर ईच टॉपिक सेपरेट videos I will share it, so that time you can go in detail. Now just we are going through the question paper. Now we have to write a function in which we have to count the number of lines in a story.txt which starts with alphabet A. So this is very easy. You will read line and then for loop you will use, और जिसके first character starting with A मतलब उसका first character मतलब zero index पोजीशन में अगर कैपिटल ए और स्मॉल ए है तो एक काउंट वेरिएबल उसको काउंट करेगा। तो हाउ टू राइट इट, फंक्शन बोला गया है तो फंक्शन के लिए हम डेफ लिखेंगे, कोई भी आइडेंटिफायर कोई भी नाम लिख सकते हैं, देन ब्रैकेट्स ओपन क्लोज करके पैरेंथेसिस कोलन, ये एक फंक्शन है तो इसका ब्लॉक है। फाइल इक्वल्स टू ओपन सिंगल कोट्स या डबल कोट्स में स्टोरी डॉट टेक्स्ट जो क्वेश्चन पेपर में गिवन है, ये रीड मोड में हम ओपन कर रहे हैं। अब लाइंस को रीड करने के लिए यहाँ पे हम फाइल डॉट रीड लाइन, सारे लाइंस को वो रीड कर लेगा। देन काउंट यहाँ पे एक वेरिएबल इक्वल्स टू 0। अब एक एक लाइन को उठाने के लिए फॉर वाई इन लाइन्स इट विल जस्ट टेक ईच लाइन एट अ टाइम। इफ W0 मीन्स उस लाइन का पहला कैरेक्टर अगर A हुआ कैपिटल या स्मॉल तो ये उसको काउंट कर लेगा। काउंट इक्वल्स टू काउंट प्लस 1। बाहर आने के बाद प्रिंट total lines is count, file dot close. Clear? Next question, write a method function display word in Python to read lines from a text file story.txt and display those words which are less than 4 characters. तो लाइन को पढ़ के स्प्लिट करके वर्ड्स को एक एक करके एक्सट्रैक्ट करके अगर उसका लेंथ 4 से कम है, लेस देन 4 है, तो इसके लिए हमको क्या करना है, फिर एक फंक्शन लिखना है डिस्प्ले वर्ड्स c इक्वल्स टू 0, फाइल इक्वल्स टू ओपन स्टोरी डॉट टेक्स्ट स्टार, लाइन इक्वल्स टू फाइल डॉट रीड करके रीड में पूरे को पढ़ लेता है। अब लाइन डॉट स्प्लिट करके हमको एक एक वर्ड स्प्लिट कराना है, सारे वर्ड्स अलग हो जाएंगे लिस्ट में। देन WN वर्ड एक एक वर्ड उठाएगा, इफ लेंथ ऑफ W इज लेस देन 4, उस वर्ड को जिसको एक एक करके वो ले रहा है, अगर उसका लेंथ लेस देन 4 है तो वो प्रिंट करेगा, फाइल क्लोज हो जाएगा। क्लियर? सो दिस इज योर टेक्स्ट फाइल। नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन विल बी फ्रॉम रिकर्शन। रिकर्शन के तो 4 ही क्वेश्चन है सिलेबस में, फैक्टोरियल, फिबोनाची, बाइनरी सर्च एंड सम ऑफ नेचुरल नंबर्स। तो इसी में से आएगा, इसमें भी ऑप्शन है, एक बाइनरी सर्च का है और एक फैक्टोरियल का रिकर्शन है। तो इसका भी अलग सेपरेट वीडियो देख सकते हैं। इसमें एक फंक्शन यूज करेंगे बाइनरी सर्च, जिसमें हम एरे फर्स्ट जो जहाँ से स्टार्ट हो रहा है लोअर बाउंड, अपर बाउंड और जिस एलिमेंट को सर्च करना है ये हमने पास करा दिया है एज इट वाज गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन। क्वेश्चन में ये पूरा दिया हुआ था। क्वेश्चन में अगर नहीं रहता तो हम वहाँ पे वैल्यूज को ले लेते, लोअर बाउंड हम उसमें लोअर बाउंड 0 ले लेते, अपर बाउंड हम इसमें साइज माइनस साइज ऑफ लेन ऑफ एर्क -1 ले लेते। ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे सब कुछ पास कराना है हमको। खाली क्या करना है, जब तक RL से बड़ा या इक्वल टू रहेगा तब तक हम मिड निकालेंगे। बाइनरी सर्च में क्या करते हैं, पूरा सॉर्टेड एरे रहता है, हम उसमें मिड पोजीशन निकाल के उस एलिमेंट को ढूंढते हैं। अगर वो एलिमेंट मिड के इक्वल है तो वो मिल गया, अगर मिड से छोटा है तो ऊपर ढूंढना है, मिड से बड़ा है तो नीचे ढूंढना है। ऊपर ढूंढने के लिए r हमारा मिड -1 हो जाएगा, नीचे ढूंढने के लिए l हमारा मिड +1 हो जाएगा। तो यहाँ पे हमने मिड निकाल लिया है। देन अगर मिड के इक्वल टू है तो हमको मिल गया वैल्यू। अगर हमारा एलिमेंट जो है वो मिड वाले एलिमेंट से छोटा है तो ऊपर चला जाएगा, तो मिड -1 हो जाएगा, और अगर बड़ा है तो मिड +1 हो जाएगा। इसका बाइनरी सर्च का एक सेपरेट वीडियो है, यू कैन गो थ्रू दैट वीडियो, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड। सो दिस बाइनरी सर्च विल बी आस्क्ड। इसमें एरे अगर ये है और हमको एलिमेंट ढूंढना है यूज़र से लेके, तो यूज़र ने अगर 4 डाला तो वो एक एक करके एलिमेंट ढूंढना शुरू करेगा, इसको कॉल करेगा फंक्शन को। अगर हमारा रिटर्न पोजीशन आ रहा है तो वो रिजल्ट को प्रिंट कर देगा विद इंडेक्स पोजीशन, और अगर नहीं आ रहा है तो वो बोल देगा एलिमेंट इज नॉट प्रेजेंट इन एरे। क्लियर? नाउ नेक्स्ट इज फैक्टोरियल। फैक्टोरियल भी बहुत इजी है। फैक्टोरियल में क्या करते हैं, सीधे एक डेफ फैक्टोरियल लिखेंगे, रिकर फैक्टोरियल, एलिमेंट को पास करा देंगे। और इसमें क्या होता है, जैसे 5 फैक्टोरियल अगर निकालना है तो 5 × 4 × 3 × 2 × 1 बेस केस हमारा यहाँ पे 1 है। जब 1 हमारा बेस केस या 0 हमारा बेस केस रहेगा तो वो रिटर्न 1 हो जाता है। तो यहाँ पे मैंने n = 1 में रिटर्न 1 कर दिया है। ठीक है। एल्स n × फिर से ये रिकर्शन है, अपने आप को ही कॉल करता रहेगा फंक्शन। तो द फंक्शन व्हेन इट कॉल्स इटसेल्फ इज कॉल्ड रिकर्शन। यू कैन सी हियर इट इज कॉल्ड इटसेल्फ। सो रिकर फैक्टोरियल में n-1 करके, तो सबसे पहले नंबर अगर 5 है तो ये, अगर नंबर 0 से कम है तो ये बोलेगा सॉरी फैक्टोरियल नहीं निकाल सकते हैं 0 से छोटे नंबर का। अगर इक्वल्स टू 0 है तो फैक्टोरियल इज 1, फैक्टोरियल ऑफ 0 इज 1 प्रिंट कर देगा। और अगर वो नंबर जो है वो नाइदर इट इज 0 नॉर लेस देन 0, तो उसका फैक्टोरियल निकालने के लिए हमने फंक्शन को कॉल किया है। अब ये फंक्शन को कॉल करने के बाद यहाँ आएगा, आने के बाद 5 × रिकर फैक्टोरियल फिर से कॉल करेगा, -1 में 4 हो जाएगा। फिर ये 5 × 4 जब तक 1 नहीं हो जाता है तब तक वो इंटू करता जाएगा, तो 5 × 4 × 3 × 2 × 1 हो जाएगा। 1 आने के बाद 1 तो यहाँ पे 1 ही है, तो उसके बाद वो इंटू करके रिटर्न कर देगा। सो दिस इज योर प्रोग्राम, यू कैन सी इट इज रनिंग। बेस केस यहाँ पे हमने 1 रखा है। फैक्टोरियल प्रोग्राम इज ओवर। नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज स्टैक एंड क्यू। ये 4 मार्क्स का आता है। इसमें स्टैक में पुश और पॉप का प्रोग्राम रहता है, और क्यू में इंसर्ट और डिलीट, ये भी और ऑप्शन में है। तो यहाँ पे हमको फंक्शन लिखना पड़ेगा। अगर ये क्यू है तो इसका इंसर्ट फंक्शन और डिलीट फंक्शन, अगर ये स्टैक है तो इसका पुश फंक्शन एंड पॉप फंक्शन। So this is also very easy, nothing you have to do. Same insert append यूज करके हम वैल्यू को इंसर्ट करते हैं रियर एंड में। दोनों का आंसर सेम रहता है इंसर्ट का, क्योंकि दोनों में हम रियर एंड में इंसर्ट करते हैं। ये क्यू का आंसर है सेम। अगर हम स्टैक का भी देखेंगे तो जो वैल्यू हमको इंसर्ट करना है वो हमने अपेंड करके लिखा है, तो सेम आंसर रहेगा। खाली चेंज कहाँ पे होता है, पॉप करने में, डिलीट करने में, क्योंकि यहाँ पे या तो पॉप 0 लिखा जाता है या फिर del f0 लिखा जाता है, क्योंकि इसमें हमेशा फर्स्ट एलिमेंट डिलीट होता है। जब हम लाइन में खड़े होते हैं क्यू में तो हमेशा फर्स्ट एलिमेंट से फर्स्ट से डिलीट होता है, और जब स्टैक मतलब एक कोई बॉक्स में हम बुक्स रख रहे हैं तो लास्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट, जो लास्ट में डाल रहे हैं वही पॉप आउट फर्स्ट होता है। तो यहाँ पे बाय डिफॉल्ट खाली पॉप लिखेंगे, कोई भी आर्ग्यूमेंट नहीं डालेंगे, तो वो जो लास्ट एलिमेंट इंसर्ट हुआ है उसी को पॉप करेगा। ठीक है, तो ये हमारा हो गया स्टैक का प्रोग्राम। ये 4 मार्क्स का आएगा ही, ये तो पेपर में रहेगा ही, एकदम कंपलसरी है। खाली ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा, फंक्शन का नाम चेंज होके आ जाएगा और आर्ग्यूमेंट चेंज होके आ जाएगा। बाकी पूरा आंसर भी सेम रहेगा, क्वेश्चन भी सेम रहेगा। क्लियर? सो दिस इज पाइथन। पाइथन इज वेरी इजी, everybody can score